And I think in Anaroch, we even have EKID in Anaroch as well. These are the things that I want people to pay very close attention to appreciate the enormity of the disaster confronting each and every one of us. The enormity of the disaster confronting each and every one of us. Because we are live and direct and the whole world is listening. The world is listening, we are live and we are direct. Do you know that these people came? Fulanese took over the north. Britain took over the south. Lugard continued to march to the north. When Lugard met them in the north, this is something that people do not know. Lugard decided to introduce indirect rule. Do you know how and why Lugard introduced indirect rule? Because the reason why some of you, I was fascinated. I've been doing this research for years. I finished it today. I kept asking myself, why was it possible that Britain came with the Bible, told us about the love of Jesus Christ, but preferred to work with Muslims, killing Christians? I never understood it until it struck me. It was Lugard, the people that taught Lugard how to, should I say, conduct indirect rule are the Fulani people. Because the reason why Britain respects Fulani people, I wouldn't say respect, I would say admire them, is this. The Fulani people were fewer in number, but they were controlling the whole of the north. That included the Hausa people, the Gwari people, the Bachama people, the Birom people, the Divi, everybody's there. So Lugard kept wondering, how is it possible that a handful of people with cattle, not that they were educated, no, a handful of people with cattle, how was it possible that these people could dominate and subjugate all these large swathes of land? Then the answer came in the form of indirect rule. It was Fulani people that started indirect rule. When the Fulanis come, all they need to do is to install their emir or their, basically their emir or Sariki. No, Sariki I think is Hausa. Install their emir. Despite the fact that in a village or in a city in the north, in Hausa lands in those days, you would only find one Fulani emir and his council of about maybe 10 or a dozen Fulani people with their wives and their children. You will see them controlling millions of Hausa people. And there was no problem. Britain now said, okay, it is now possible for me to be, as the district commissioner at the top, I now go and appoint warrant chiefs to be reporting to me. That was why it became possible to rule Black Africa, especially West Africa, with very few white men. Indirect rule, they called it. The first people to bring in indirect rule was Fulani Janjaweed. Because you have one Fulani man as the emir controlling millions of Hausa people, and they're all loyal to him. That was how indirect rule came in. So Britain now found a natural ally in Fulani people, a natural ally. I said, okay, despite the fact that they're moving cattle from place to place, these people who are fewer in number but can control all this amount of people, they must be very clever. I don't blame them. That was how British and the Fulani affinity, so to speak, metamorphosed into the total conquest you're witnessing today. Now, ask yourself this question. Is there any other country in the world where what is happening today in Nigeria could be happening and that nobody's saying anything about it? Remember, I told you many years ago, and I as I'm always very fond of repeating, I said to you that the Fulani Janjaweed, they have over $30 billion in their war chest to keep Nigeria warm for their total domination. Some of you thought I was joking. Now ask yourself this question. How come Bloomberg hasn't covered what is going on? How come CNN doesn't report the daily killings? Once in a while, they say, oh, school children we abducted. After 4 or 5 hours, that news completely disappears. Have you asked yourself why Al Jazeera hasn't come to do an in-depth analysis or to investigate what is going on? Have you asked yourself why ABC, all these major global players in terms of media might and strength, why they have shunned Nigeria. Because they have been bought over. They even bought people, they not only bought over Facebook, they bought over the encryption of WhatsApp so that they can now listen to your messages when you are on WhatsApp or making a call with WhatsApp application on your smartphone. They sold it to the zoo because they have the money. $30 billion US. That is what they're using. I told you that that's what they have. Collectively, all the governors, all the ministers, they have been looting the central bank for years. Looting it for years. The money they were keeping it, of course they can buy houses in Dubai and all the rest of it. Yes. But they
borrowed and loot.
They contribute to a fund, what I call a fund of conquest. Because they understand one simple thing, as Britain advised them. Once you shut the ears of the world, once you suppress this news coming out of Nigeria, the world cannot do anything. Because for you to arouse the moral, the conscience of the world, they need to feed on information. Remember the Rohingya Muslims in Myanmar, if I'm not mistaken. Why was it that the whole world, including the UN, was screaming, Rohingya, Rohingya, give them freedom? Because there was a conscious decision by all the major media groups in the world. Mind you that CNN is owned by an Arab. Are you aware of that? Al Jazeera is owned by an Arab. The biggest investor into Rupert Murdoch's media empire is from Qatar. It's the Qatari royal family. In other words, Fox, Sky News, ABC in Australia, Sun newspaper in England, and all the newspapers in Rupert Murdoch's stable, Arab. The Qatari royal family are the biggest investors. These are the things that people don't actually understand. And I'm even sure, even in Facebook, I'm sure one of the biggest contributors to the fund, the hedge fund they're using to run Facebook is from the Arab world. In other words, a Muslim. They play a long-term game. They said they would take over the world. And they used to say it when we were in university, undergraduates in England. I never believed them. They said they would take it over. I said it's impossible. And now it is happening before our eyes. We are in one almighty mess. All of us, one big mess. Ask yourself this question. The Nigerian army were raping women, Biafran women, airlifted illegally from OGOJA. Took them to the north. We are raping them. They brought them to court today in chains, After raping them, Britain is seeing that very thing. Germany can see it. EU can see it. UN can see it. Everybody can see it, but nobody can say anything. Have you ever wondered or asked yourself why? Now, are you telling me that you can go and take Muslim women, bring them to Owerri, put chains on them, and be getting Igbo police or military officers to be raping them every night?
From barrack to barrack.
Britain will sink the entire, they will sink it. They will send their warships to sink us into oblivion.
And let me not forget, this Miami we talk about, Pope of Catholic in Vatican City, we are speaking for them. Muslim, they are not Christians. The Pope of Vatican City speaking on their behalf. But in all things happening against the Christians in Africa, Pope have not said anything. You know why we are visiting all this? It's good you know your enemy. When you know your enemy, what you need to do is how to avoid them or how to destroy them will be your next target. How to avoid them and how to destroy them. But when you have not known your enemy, that is multiple problem. When you know your enemy, at least you know that all your actions will be how to destroy them to avoid them. Let's go on.
What he's talking. Do you see how they cleverly managed all the years of the massacre in the Middle Belt? in Plateau State to be precise, and now they have moved on to Benue. Do you know what emboldened them? Because of what I call media silence. This media silence is not, I wouldn't say it is conscious. What they have done is to pour in money after money, pour in money to suppress any news that will cast Fulani in the backline. That is why anything you write castigating the Sioux, Nigeria, under this Fulani regime, believe you me, Facebook will shut you down. But go back and ask yourself, did Facebook do the same thing under Jonathan? It was social media that killed Jonathan. It was social media that killed Jonathan. Now you must understand this very, very carefully. The people ruling you today are those that conquered you. One came from the Sahel, from the north. They are not Nigerians. Fulani people are not Nigerians. No, they are not. That is why you cannot find any place. I can say I am an Igbo man. I come from a place called Bendi. I come from a place called Ibegu. Forget about that. Don't want my help. It's nobody's name. I come from Isiama Farouk. I want you to tell me which land in the present day Nigeria can you say belongs to Fulani people originally? There is none. You know why? Because they are nomads. They are wandering people. Anywhere their car wants to rest there. But when Britain came in and found out that Fulani can control the millions of Hausa people, only one Fulani man, one MA with 10 people controlling millions of people, they said, okay, what you're doing is very good. These people are very foolish. We are also going to do the same. Now, Britain introduced indirect rule. That was how they managed to, with very few officers, they managed to rule black people in Africa. I'm not blaming them. I blame our stupidity for it. Now, these are the things that you need to bear in mind. That now, this conqueror from the north, the Fulani with their cattle from the north, and this conqueror from the sea, the British, they have now combined, joined together to ensure that we are held down in perpetual bondage. That is why Britain is. Remember during Bacha's regime, everybody was shouting and screaming. All of a sudden, evil is happening before our eyes. Evil that is worse than under Abacha. All of them that formed Nadeko running around under Abacha, you can see that the worst evil is happening now. It was never this bad under Abacha, never this bad under Jonathan. All of it has to go to eyes open, yet you do nothing about it. Unbelievable. There is no place that you can say that the Fulani people come from. They've been very clever over the years. Babangida, all the rest of them who have all the military rulers, they will give Fulani 80%, they will give you 20%. Fulani 80%. But now, since 2015, 100% Fulani, you can do nothing about it. And on top of, because they know they're running out of time. They only have 2 years to complete their game plan. Their master plan, only 2 more years. You know all these Fulanis, these Janjaweed, these terrorists and rapists, bandits you're seeing in the forest, their plan was to unleash mayhem in 2022. That was their plan, to take over our land in 2022. It was the coming of IPOB that stopped them. What we now did was to make them hurry up and do that thing that they wanted to do in 2022, to hurry up and do it now. That's what they're doing. That is why they said wherever they are is their land, because they have no land. Sokoto is not theirs. Sokoto is Kobe, it's their Hausa land, not their own. Ask Fulani, where do you come from? If he says I'm from Sokoto, ask him, where does your grandfather come from? Your great-grandfather come from? Where does your great-great-great-grandfather come from? They will disappear. They're from Senegal or from Ghana. They are not the children of the soil. That is what Facebook doesn't want to hear. That is what our enemies do not want to hear. But that is the truth. That is, it doesn't. We are not preaching ethnic hatred for anybody. No, but that is a fact. That is a fact. And here we must preach it, and preach it uncompromisingly.
names of those who sponsoring terrorism in Nigeria. This defense chief did not see, he didn't hear, he didn't. Why can't you say, Mr. President, where at least make effort on your own instead of blaming everybody? Look at how he generalized. We are protecting the Sioux. So as I am now, I am protecting the Boko Haram Abi. Because he made a general statement just to cover their incompetence. Is that man not supposed to call out those who are behind the so-called protection of Boko Haram? If he's serious about himself. Look at how he said Nigerians, Nigeria. Who are the Nigerians? These same Nigerians that are running and hiding from Boko Haram, they are the one protecting them, Abi. It's a shame. I've told you here, we don't have a military again. We used to have one before. Now they have now become politicians. Look at how the man was talking. Very, very cleverly. He was trying to blame ordinary Nigerians that are dying under the jackboot of Boko Haram instead of blaming the authorities. I will forever respect that other man that died in helicopter crash. Yes, that Bafarawa. A very blunt human being who wanted to do the job. Somehow he died mysteriously.
He didn't die mysteriously. It was a helicopter crash. Are
you serious? The one did the probe come out with? Esther, what did the probe come out with? Can you tell me? You remember what that man said at the National Assembly when they invited him? I remember what he did. The few months he was there. And this one now is speaking grammar. You are protecting this and that. If we fail, look at just trying to gaslight everybody as if they don't know what they are doing. Can he swear that he wants this thing to end tomorrow? The way he was talking. Nigerians are protecting Boko. Can you just imagine? So the list they gave you about those sponsoring terrorism, Nigerians are holding it, Abi. Nigerians are holding it. They supply them fuel. They supply them. You don't know all these things, Abi. You don't know. You don't know who is behind all these things. Are you serious? So those people that are occupying people's villages in Benue and Plateau, you don't know where they come from. Why not go and drive them away? And let us see when the leadership of the country will tell you, no, don't do that, or don't do that. You will now have an excuse. You can see what we are saying. I said we no longer have a military. I'm telling you, the one we have here, they are now politicians to the core. They are no longer doing the actual job of a military. Look at what every time they will come and be talking. Whenever they have opportunity of talking, they will just be speaking, talking as if they are serious about what they are doing. They are not even ashamed that up till now, ragtag terrorists are disturbing Nigeria, and they be speaking grammar. This and that. All the information we have been giving them so far, what did they do with it? Esther, you mean Nigerians have not been supplying information to both DSS, police, army, and all that? They have not. No, they have not been talking, Abi. You were here when Benue people will tell these people that, look, these people are coming, they are here, they are here. They say they will look the other side. Why they be killing them? This defense chief, he's not aware of this things, Abi. He doesn't know about these things. Are you serious? Okay, I should listen to him. Look at what you are talking about. We are clapping. The higher rented crowd that will be clapping for them every time they want to rent.
How do you know it's rented? How do you know it's a rented
If they are not rented, how can any reasonable person be clapping for such infamous
Nigerians are used to doing that.
They
always clap whenever
no, they are rented crowd. They are rented crowd. That's why whenever Tinubu want to travel, he collect all of them. So that even if he come, they will clap. Everything he does, they will clap.
What?
Why is it? That's why he rents them. Whenever he go and check. He needed people to be cheering him for whatever he does. That will tell you how a leader has failed. Look at the military. Look at, I said it here that one day, somebody will be. In fact, the conscience will prick him so much that he will tell us the true story of this thing that is happening in Nigeria. They don't know, Abi. Meanwhile, they were part of the people that sat down and planned this evil. They gave you a list of people destroying your country. You sat on it. Then every day you be preaching, you be talking, you be making noise as if you want to solve the problem. Meanwhile, you are sitting on the problem or you are sitting on it. Esther, how can people be so deceitful? Very, very deceitful. I will never praise this military for war. I will never. Because all of them are in cahoots with what's going on. They know. You can't tell me otherwise. What are you telling me? You cannot tell me otherwise because we have heard stories. Even the military boys, some of them are leaving the army because of the command they are giving them and what is going on there. Esther, have you not played it here? When some boys in the military had to voice out what is going on. Is that not true? So who were behind all those things? Esther, who were behind all those? Even their own money, their allowance, it doesn't get to them. And you are telling me if Nigeria failed. Has it not failed already? Has it not failed already? So if military chiefs in other countries come and call for a meeting now, you people will go, Abi. You people will go with what is going on in your country. You people will attend the meeting, and what will you tell them? You are fighting insecurity. Are you serious? Insecurity that you created. You created to make money. You are telling me you are fighting insecurity. Oh, look at what he said about look at that. They saw them, they came in, they invited them as their brothers. Can you imagine? You invited the terrorists as your brother, B? No, you invited the terrorists as your brother. So Nigeria has become a place where you just walk in because you want to come and shake hands with your brother, B. Before you know it, the shaking of hand turned to shaking of gun. Look at, he said it himself that he invited them. They invited them as their brother. Really? Why must it be you people inviting all these people? Why must it be you people? Why must it be you people? And you are telling me there's no sentiment here. You brought these things into our country here, and you are now trying to run away from the problem you created. Thank God, when I told that you are invited, you think I'm joking. You said it now. A military chief. A military chief is saying it. You don't know who is a criminal and who is an innocent person coming to your country. You don't know. You can't profile them. You said you carry as their brother. You invited the terrorists as your brother. You don't know what you were coming to do. Please, this type of thing, I don't want to hear it. Let them continue. I know that one day, Esther, I have told you, evil can never last forever.
Obviously, that's the truth.
One day they will get tired of what they are doing to themselves. Is it not?
The same presidency in less than 24 hours contradicted the statement that they themselves issued only yesterday. That the protesters are their citizens. They have forgotten that. Are you following? They have just forgotten. They are called protesters. He said,
what is going on? I'm not hearing them. What? 5 minutes, it will stop. 10 seconds, it will start again. What is this now?
you only have one head. You bleed as well. You know that it's this culture thing. That was why we reacted the way we did.
Yeah. What is this now? Don't know.
If the people on the streets decide to go violent, the whole of Nigeria will.
What the heck is this? Yeah, but we have Maya Nabania because I need to sleep.
Anybody, as Buratai went, massacred the Shia Muslims, came down to the east and killed as many IPOB family members as possible. Nobody killed any member of his.
Yeah, I chop come stream where stop on me do now woman. The heck is this?
To stop. You are attacking Boko Haram because when you kill them, they kill you back. Do you understand? That's those that you kill and they go to ICC.
I have to stop this. And keep my if you are hearing them, please give me a thumb up in the comment. If you are hearing it, I don't know what. Come refresh, yeah. Okay, Twitter and see.
I am trying to live. I want people to understand the.
Hell no. This is a serious problem. Sonny, if you are hearing this, please enter studio and fix this. If you are hearing my voice, please enter studio now and fix this. I'm tired. I just come back. I don't know how to do anything now. What is going on? I can't do this. That's why I need somebody else to be. Oh Lord. What is going on? Are you guys hearing? This is terrible. Just tired. I don't need this stress right now. What's going on? I see about waiting nearly on an girl from other device. I've tried my best to stream it direct from the studio, from the Twitter. Let me see. Yeah. Oh, Cocobioko.
Anonymous part of it. I know those people who come to Anonymous, they're attacking my page. So I know that. Okay.
They're attacking it. Oh, Emeka Oragbu na ndị otu ya maka ha nụrụ ka ekwuru okwu against church. Onwe ya ọzọ. Ama m na ha na ndị Oragbu Seriki bụ otu. Na me talk am. Na university ndị na-anụ ọgụ Jizọs hapụ ịnụ ọgụ ụmụnna ha na-egbu ụmụ anụ ọhịa. Onyeka kwuru okwu against religion. Ọ ya ka njọ karịa ndị na-egbu ụmụnna gị egbu. Mbansi. Onyeka nwanne m ha ekweghị extreme hafụ ya. Ọkwa ha ụmụnna ha ka a na-egbu ọmụ ka a na-egbu. Ha ekweghị hapụ ya nna.
Black man. Seriously wrong with it. But of course, the youth and young people out on the streets, they are doing their level best to prove me.
Okwu gbasara ụka ihe ha ekwute okwu ụka mana ị na-ekwu okwu ndị Fulani na-egbu gị ndị Muslim na-egbu gị ọ bụghị ụka nke ha bụ nke ha ị ka hapụ ya ka ha na-egbu gị ụmụ anụ ọhịa emego fundraising mana mmadụ one bịa donate eshishi emechaa ha gbapụtasị na enidiri ego ka enye ndị ịka ndị igodomigodo amaghị ebe na-edonate ego mmadụ one ka ị nụrụ aha ha taa ndị ụchụ maybe ndị Imo steeti donate ego evuruvie unu ụmụ ekwensu ọ na-adị ka na awa leader mere ka anyị kpọkọta ụmụnna anyị niile unu na-ene anyị anya ka o nwere ihe ndị Igbo ji ego eme ọ ndị Igbo na o ji ego nke unu bụ nke eji eje klọb nke eji eje pati kịtịkpa na-aracha n'anya ya ka enọhọ ji wee mịpụta nya maka anyị nye na nya woto ọ ka nọ na fensị ahụ ka fensị dagbuo ya unu na-etretin m eye pull our men out if they come back home let them come back home ka ha ndị Fulani rie unu ncha niile na 5 minutes ndị Igbo na-emere unu sitato na-emere unu ihe niile na-adọkpụ unu ka wee bụ na anyị ahapụ ụmụnna anyị ungrateful elements na-enwe ọnụ wee na-ekwu na APM adịghị kwalifa ọ nna unu
polio vaccine for polio
gara inye finance minister.
Do you know the danger in that process?
You're useless mama na go be APM or adando ocho useless papa onyawa ka gara ime finance minister ma o wenye adando ocho ma remnant just support ya mad people everywhere. Chere nwa them chance mgbe nge chance ngeti unu mmanwụ unu ncha niile. Onyeka, the thing is not coming out though.
Who are the medical scientists that examine
Onyeka, I'm not hearing you. Can you hear me? Onyeka. Onyi, can you hear me? Oh. There you go.
starting from Africa. The same person will come and bring vaccine to your children. The vaccine that have been given to the
fundraising. Ki were ya wee kpọta Fulani ya egbuchapụ ụmụnna gị. Idiot. Nyọkụ na-agbabi ọ na-achụ oke. Unu na-eje azụ ndị fada ndị lazy asshole na-enwe ike ijecha ọrụ. Anyị nweta Biafra onye ọbụla ịchọ ịbụ fada inwe ọrụ. Chọọ ịbụ pastọ inwe ọrụ nwee family nụọ nwaanyị. Mụ ịmụ nwa. Ihe ọsọ gị chọọ ife stone na-efe, chọọ ife mmiri na-efe. Mana ị ya amụta nwa dị responsible. We vule go vuje na Vatican ketekpe we dowo ezinụlọ gị niile man nọ ndị Vatican aha na ndị Rome ka agụ na-agụ karịa ndị be anyị.
These are the countries you will see him. He come to Nigeria, he make agreements with you with the present.
Okwu ofu ha narịa Mike. Okwu ofu ha napịa Mike. Because they know that na get stream here na government platform. Oh yeah, ja napịa Onyeka. Onyeka nwanne m ha nakwa n'ihi na-ekwu, nwekwa onye na n'ihi na-ekwu. Onyeka. Come on, no, ya for thumb down.
After women monthly cycle, that's the eggs that comes out They should sell it to them. Biget make this utterance.
Yeah, oh ya ndị nkwacha maka ha ma na ha bịa ebe a kwuo okwu ya onye ọwụna kwuru ya ka mma akpụ gị n'ọnụ 1 week ha amagoro onye mbụ kama ha jee na anonymous n'ọrụ wee meme attack. That is the highest they can do. Mana iti isi gị nkwụ isi gị ntapịa gị nta gị ta ma ihe niile dị gị n'ahụ tarie gị nwuo gị. So ọ ka gị mma na ịnọ na anonymous na ọnụ na anonymous tawa winch ebe ahụ n'ekwensu echi unu agbapụta ndị na-achọ freedom. Ọ ndị obituary ka ha bụ kwụkọicha na-ede obere oge ha hụ ha eje create another page wele nke a na-eme pretend na ha bụ ndị freedom fighter wele nke a na-eme ha che na ya ma anyị macha unu anyị macha unu. Oh no. Onyeka, the thing ekwe ha. The thing ekwe. Hey, Chineke. Ndị ochu karịrị. Onyeka dị anụkwudo n'ihe m na-ekwu na ya bụ isiokwu. Onyi, ị na-anụ ihe m na-ekwu? Onyi. Okay, I have to. Yeah, bidokwa n'ihe ọ na-eme mgbe mbụ m ji wee ṅara ikwu okwu na ihe m ejighị ekwu okwu mgbe ni. Ọ ya ka ha ga-achọ ka ha penyekwa m ọnụ ka m wee na-anọ otu ahụ nsị anọ sinsi nnọrọ ha na-anụ onu m maka 2 days woto nyere ha. Further more na I can talk. He believe ya na m nwere ike ha na-ekwu okwu nhọchiri ha n'ọnụ ozugbo maka ha na-vomit nonsense ana m stream n'ụnụ na government platform. Echi ụmụ anyị tonite ka ha bịa nụma rubbish unu na-akọ. Echi anyị nweta Biafra asị bet mmadụ kwuru something like this anyị gba ya nkịtị. M na-eche ka APM oje na nwa ya bịa gwabịa ụnụ mụ je na-awụ ụnụ dị ọkụ until our prime minister apụta. Mụ na ụnụ ya na-anụ ya ebe a mgbe m kwuru no forgiveness ụnụ gbata na comment gbaalụzienụ. Egbuo nne gị
No, and happiness is that backing what they're doing. I will need to make it clear for
you. Okay. I'm ya. Ọ ga-adị noted. Aga m note this particular program.